Welcome to our channel. Here, we celebrate the greatest icons of our time. Stars who have stood the test of time, overcome challenges, and continue to shine brightly. In our journey through Then and Now, 2025, you'll witness the incredible transformations of these legends, from their golden years to where they are today. Even at 80 and beyond, they remain an endless source of inspiration, proving that talent, charisma, and influence are truly timeless. Join us as we look back at their greatest achievements, unforgettable moments, and how they continue to captivate audiences across generations. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on the fascinating stories of these legendary icons. Jane Fonda, Hollywood icon and unforgettable controversies. Jane Fonda is not just a talented actress, she is also a highly controversial social activist. Born into a family with a strong artistic background, she quickly became a Hollywood star with a series of iconic roles. With 2 prestigious Academy Awards, Jane's career is the dream of many generations of actors. But what truly makes her stand out is her fierce activism and willingness to immerse herself in politically charged issues, particularly during the Vietnam War. In 1972, at the height of the Vietnam War, Jane Fonda visited Hanoi. A photograph of her sitting on a North Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun quickly became one of the most controversial images in American history. To many Americans, especially veterans, this was an act of betrayal, an unforgivable shock. They branded her with the infamous nickname Hanoi Jane and criticized her harshly. However, to others, Jane was a symbol of the anti-war movement, a courageous figure who dared to face public backlash to stand up for what she believed was right. Before becoming entangled in political controversy, Jane Fonda was one of Hollywood's most powerful actresses. But after the Hanoi incident, her career faced a wave of intense criticism. Many called for a boycott of her films, and scathing articles appeared everywhere. Despite this, Jane did not back down. She continued acting and even won another Academy Award after the scandal. This proved that her talent was strong enough to overcome political barriers, though the stain of her past continued to follow her for decades. Years later, Jane Fonda publicly apologized for her actions during the Hanoi visit. She insisted that she never intended to insult or betray American soldiers, but simply wanted to oppose what she saw as an unjust war. Yet, despite her explanations, public opinion remained divided. Some accepted her apology, while many veterans could not forgive her. To them, the image of Hanoi Jane remains an indelible scar. Despite the political turmoil, Jane Fonda continued to dedicate herself to various fields. She became a pioneer in the fitness movement of the 1980s, helping millions adopt healthier lifestyles. She was also an advocate for women's rights, environmental issues, and numerous social causes. These efforts gradually restored her public image, especially among younger generations who admire her strength and determination. Looking back at Jane Fonda's journey, it's clear that she is not just a talented actress, but also someone who fearlessly lives by her principles. Though controversial, she has never denied responsibility or run from her past. Her name is forever linked not only to Oscar statuettes, but also to endless debates. What do you think about this polarizing figure? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to follow for more fascinating stories. Morgan Freeman, the voice of God, and the storms of his later years. Morgan Freeman, a name that has become synonymous with wisdom, composure, and authority in the film industry. With his deep, mesmerizing voice, he has captivated audiences not only through his acting talent, but also as the revered voice of God in numerous iconic films. Now, at 87, Freeman continues to contribute to the arts, proving that his passion has never waned. However, despite being a living legend, he hasn't been immune to controversies and challenges throughout his career. Have these issues tarnished the grand image of Morgan Freeman? Born in 1937, Morgan Freeman's journey into Hollywood was anything but easy. From minor television roles to his breakthrough in Driving Miss Daisy, 1989, and The Shawshank Redemption, 1994, he proved himself as one of Hollywood's finest actors. With his refined acting style and ability to fully embody his characters, Freeman has delivered countless unforgettable moments. His career soared even higher with Million Dollar Baby, 2004, a performance that earned him a prestigious Academy Award. He also cemented his legacy with roles in the Dark Knight trilogy and Bruce Almighty, where he played none other than God, a casting choice that felt absolutely perfect. Yet, Freeman's illustrious career has not been without its challenges. In recent years, he has faced allegations of inappropriate behavior, which have somewhat tainted his otherwise impeccable reputation. Although he has publicly denied the claims, stating that they were exaggerated, the controversy left some fans questioning his image. In an era where reputations can be shaken by a single viral headline, not even a Hollywood icon like Freeman is beyond public scrutiny. Despite the controversies, Morgan Freeman continues to appear on the big screen. At 87, rather than slowing down, he remains deeply involved in film projects, maintaining a level of performance that continues to impress audiences. Every time he steps in front of the camera, his presence exudes wisdom and authority, reinforcing his status as one of the most respected actors of all time. Few in the industry have sustained such enduring appeal, and it's clear that his passion for storytelling is what keeps his career alive. Morgan Freeman, a legend with a voice that commands attention, a remarkable actor with a storied career, but also a human being with complexities and controversies. What are your thoughts on his journey? Have the scandals affected your perception of this legendary figure? Share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to follow us for more fascinating stories about Hollywood's greatest icons. Julie Andrews, a musical icon, and the tragedy of losing her voice. And emotionally rich vocals. Her films not only achieved monumental success, but also became cherished childhood memories for generations. However, as she reached middle age, Andrews began experiencing issues with her vocal cords. In 1997, she underwent surgery to remove benign nodules from her throat, hoping to preserve her voice. But fate was cruel. The procedure resulted in severe damage, leaving her nearly unable to sing. For an artist whose voice was her lifeblood, the loss was devastating, plunging Andrews into depression and forcing her to redefine her identity. After losing her voice, Julie Andrews endured both physical and emotional suffering. Once capable of moving millions with a single note, she now found herself unable to perform the songs that had made her a legend. Many assumed her career had come to an abrupt end. However, Andrews refused to let adversity defeat her. She transitioned to acting roles that didn't require singing, lent her voice to animated films like Shrek and Despicable Me, and explored a new passion, writing children's books alongside her daughter. Her perseverance and adaptability allowed her to maintain her influence in the entertainment industry, even without her signature singing voice. Though she could no longer hit the soaring high notes of her youth, Julie Andrews remained beloved and respected by fans worldwide. With her timeless grace and kind-hearted spirit, she became a symbol of elegance and resilience. In 2019, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences honored her with a Lifetime Achievement Award, a well-deserved recognition for her unwavering contributions to the arts. Though she no longer frequently appears on screen, whenever she does, Andrews continues to inspire, reminding the world that even when we lose something dear to us, we can still pursue our passions in new ways. Now, at 89, Julie Andrews stands as a living legend, a testament to perseverance, reinvention, and an undying love for her craft. Her story is not just one of artistic success, but also of courage, acceptance, and transformation. From a Broadway sensation to a woman who overcame profound loss, Andrews has left an indelible mark on audiences everywhere. Are you a fan of Julie Andrews? Which of her roles has left the greatest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to follow us for more inspiring stories. Lainie Kazan, from a shining star to the tragic fall of being arrested for shoplifting. At 84, Lainie Kazan was once a renowned actress and singer, possessing both captivating beauty and a powerful voice. Starting her career on Broadway, she quickly made a name for herself in the American entertainment industry during the 1960s and 70s. Audiences adored Kazan, not only for her acting talent, but also for her charm and sophistication. She became widely recognized for her role in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, 2002, a highly successful comedy that gained immense popularity. In addition to her film career, Kazan made appearances in numerous television shows and stage productions, cementing her status as a symbol of grace and charisma. However, behind the dazzling spotlight, her life was filled with struggles and heartbreaking setbacks. At the height of her career, Lainie Kazan was a highly sought-after name, but things gradually changed over time. As she grew older, financial difficulties surfaced and her career stagnated. No longer landing major roles, the once glorious spotlight on her began to fade. Yet, the most shocking moment came in 2017 when she was arrested for shoplifting groceries. The sight of a once glamorous actress, now looking disheveled, caught stealing from a supermarket, left the public in utter disbelief. She was found taking about $180 worth of groceries without paying, a distressing situation for a star who was once widely admired. This incident shattered Kazan's reputation in an instant. Once a dazzling presence on the red carpet, she now became the subject of widespread gossip and criticism. While some expressed sympathy for her circumstances, many were disappointed that such a seasoned actress had fallen into this predicament. The situation also raised important questions about the harsh realities faced by aging actors in Hollywood, where not every star has a fairy tale ending. Many celebrities, after stepping away from the spotlight, encounter loneliness, financial struggles, and even unimaginable hardships. Following the scandal, Kazan withdrew from the entertainment industry and avoided media attention. No longer appearing at major events or starring in films, she chose a quieter life, trying to preserve what little dignity remained. However, for those who once adored her, Lainie Kazan's legacy on screen remains iconic. Her vibrant, charming, and witty performances continue to be what people remember most, rather than the painful downfall she experienced in her later years. At 84, Lainie Kazan's life serves as a stark reminder of the brutal nature of show business. Once the lights dim, even the brightest stars can quickly be forgotten and forced to face harsh realities. Still, despite her hardships, Kazan's career remains an undeniable part of Hollywood history. Those who once admired her will always remember her as a talented actress, no matter the unfortunate turns her life took. Do you remember Lainie Kazan in her prime? What are your thoughts on her turbulent journey? Share your opinions in the comments. Patrick Stewart, a legendary actor, and his controversial statements in his later years. Patrick Stewart is a name synonymous with a veteran actor exuding charisma, authority, and intelligence. He is revered not only for his acting talent, but also for his wit and sophistication throughout a decades-long career. Best known for his roles as Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek: The Next Generation and Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men franchise, Stewart has left a lasting mark on audiences worldwide. His deep, resonant voice, composed demeanor, and profound performances have cemented his place in cinematic history. Every step he takes on screen radiates class and intellect, making his status in the film industry undeniable. However, while he remains widely respected on screen, his real-life statements have recently become the subject of heated debate. Lately, Patrick Stewart has made headlines not just for his new film projects, but also for his politically charged statements, which have stirred significant controversy. For years, he has been outspoken about political and social issues, but his recent remarks on sensitive topics have deeply divided public opinion. Some fans support his outspokenness, believing that influential artists have a responsibility to speak up on major issues. However, many others feel disappointed, arguing that he has allowed politics to overshadow his legacy as a brilliant artist. This situation has put his longtime fans in a dilemma. While they admire his talent, they struggle to reconcile it with his public opinions. This controversy raises a broader debate about whether artists should publicly express their political views. Some argue that actors, musicians, and other public figures have the same right to free speech as anyone else. On the other hand, many believe that celebrities' statements carry immense influence and can sometimes backfire, harming their own careers. Patrick Stewart is far from the first Hollywood star to face backlash over political opinions. Many others before him have faced heavy criticism for making divisive statements. Regardless of the controversy, there is no denying that Patrick Stewart remains one of the greatest actors of all time. At 83, he continues to dedicate himself to the arts, appearing in numerous films, TV shows, and theater projects. He retains his signature depth and gravitas in every role, captivating audiences with his performances. However, will his recent statements tarnish the cinematic legacy he has built over the decades? That remains a hotly debated question. For some, Patrick Stewart may no longer be the flawless icon they once admired. But for those who cherish him for his talent, they will continue to follow his career with great interest. Whether controversial or not, Stewart remains an outstanding actor and a living Hollywood legend. Time will tell whether his political remarks will have a lasting impact on his reputation. But one thing is certain: Patrick Stewart's name will forever be etched in cinematic history. What do you think about Patrick Stewart's statements? Should artists publicly express their political views? Share your thoughts in the comments. Nick Nolte, once a Hollywood legend, faded by scandals but still unforgettable at 83. Nick Nolte was once one of Hollywood's top leading men, known for his rugged looks, masculine charm, and deep, intense eyes. In the 1970s, he burst onto the film scene as a sensation with his role in Rich Man, Poor Man, 1976. This success not only brought him fame, but also secured his place in the entertainment industry. With his powerful, gritty, yet emotionally charged acting style, Nolte continued to captivate audiences through films like 48 Hours, 1982, Cape Fear, 1991, and The Prince of Tides, 1991. His performance in The Prince of Tides even earned him a Golden Globe win and an Oscar nomination, proving that he was more than just a handsome face. He was a true talent. However, career peaks don't last forever. Over time, Nick Nolte fell into the destructive cycle of alcohol and substance abuse, drastically changing the public's perception of him. Once seen as a rugged and powerful leading man, he became the center of scandals. One of the most shocking moments in Hollywood history was his infamous mugshot. disheveled hair, a weary face, and vacant eyes, a stark contrast to his former image. His addiction struggles not only tarnished his reputation, but also led to the loss of major roles, causing his career to decline rapidly. Beyond his professional troubles, Nolte's personal life was equally turbulent. He endured multiple failed marriages and fleeting romances. He once dated actress Deborah Winger, but the relationship didn't last. His 3 marriages, to Sheila Page, Sharon Haddad, and Rebecca Linger, also ended in divorce. It wasn't until later in life that Nolte finally found some peace with his current wife, Clytie Lane, and their daughter, Sophie Nolte. Yet, despite this newfound stability, there remains a lingering sadness in his eyes, a reflection of the many ups and downs he has endured. Now at 83, Nick Nolte still appears in films occasionally, though his roles are far less frequent. His recent performances are mostly supporting characters in independent films or television productions. He is no longer the Hollywood superstar he once was, but whenever he does appear on screen, Nolte still commands attention. With those piercing eyes and the aura of a man who has experienced both immense glory and profound hardship. These days, Nolte leads a quieter life, no longer chasing fame or the spotlight. He spends more time with his family, staying away from the chaos of Hollywood. Though he may not be seen on the big screen as often, Nolte remains a legend in the hearts of his fans. His classic films continue to be remembered, and the image of the rugged, seasoned man with those unforgettable eyes still lingers in the minds of audiences. Do you remember Nick Nolte in his prime? Which of his films left the biggest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Raquel Welch, the beauty icon and the hidden truths. Behind the glamour, Raquel Welch, one of Hollywood's most stunning beauty icons, captivated millions with her mesmerizing looks, regal aura, and legendary film career. Since the 1960s, she had been the dream of countless admirers, especially after her unforgettable appearance in 1,000,000 Years BC, where she donned the iconic fur bikini. Her image was not only synonymous with flawless beauty, but also represented strength and independence, qualities rarely seen in actresses of her era. However, beneath the dazzling exterior, Raquel Welch's life was filled with turmoil and controversies that kept her name in the headlines for decades. Despite her undeniable beauty, Welch was often described by colleagues as difficult and demanding. Numerous behind-the-scenes stories detailed her high expectations on set, frequent disagreements with directors and co-stars, and an uncompromising attitude toward her work. While some saw this as professionalism and a way of safeguarding her career, others viewed her as temperamental and even unreasonably demanding. Many former colleagues admitted that working with her was challenging, which may have contributed to the slowdown of her career by the late 1980s. Beyond her illustrious career, Welch's personal life was equally complex. She went through 4 marriages, none of which lasted long. With each breakup, rumors swirled about her personality and lifestyle. Was she truly as arrogant and difficult as people claimed? Or was she simply a strong-willed woman, unwilling to conform to traditional expectations? Regardless, these personal stories added layers to her public image. She was not just a beauty icon, but also an enigmatic figure with a life full of mysteries. Yet, no matter the gossip, no one can deny that Raquel Welch had a remarkable career. She wasn't just a sex symbol, she was a talented actress who starred in numerous major films. With strong acting abilities, she shattered the stereotype that beautiful women could only serve as decorative props on screen. For decades, her name remained among the most revered in Hollywood. But did her perceived arrogance overshadow her true talent? That question continues to divide opinions among fans. In her later years, Raquel Welch stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a more private life and spending time with her family. Although she no longer stood under the stage lights, her name remained legendary, an irreplaceable symbol of beauty and talent. People may admire her, criticize her, or debate her legacy, but one thing is certain: Raquel Welch left an indelible mark on cinematic history. Do you think she was truly arrogant, or was she simply a strong, independent woman? Share your thoughts in the comments below. James Brolin, the Hollywood gentleman, and his journey to staying sharp at 84. James Brolin, a name that once captivated audiences with his rugged good looks, sophisticated charm, and the charisma of a quintessential Hollywood gentleman. He wasn't just about appearances. He possessed undeniable acting talent, starring in numerous films and television shows over a career spanning more than half a century. With both professional success and a fulfilling personal life, Brolin became the kind of figure many aspired to be. But now, at 84, he has gradually stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life, leaving fans curious about the current chapter of his legendary journey. At the peak of his career, James Brolin embodied the allure of Hollywood's leading men. In the 1970s, he became a television icon with his role in Marcus Welby, M.D., which earned him a prestigious Emmy Award. He continued to make his mark with projects like Hotel, The Amityville Horror, and many other notable films and TV shows. Not just an actor, Brolin also explored directing and producing, proving his versatility in the industry. Yet, despite his immense success, he remained humble and composed, qualities that set him apart in a world often driven by scandal and excess. Beyond his career, James Brolin is admired for his enviable personal life. He experienced 2 previous marriages before finding true love with legendary singer Barbra Streisand. The couple tied the knot in 1998, and to this day, they remain one of Hollywood's most beloved power couples. Their relationship thrives on love, respect, and mutual understanding. While many of his peers have been embroiled in controversies, Brolin has maintained his image as a devoted husband and family man, another reason why he continues to hold a special place in the hearts of fans. Though still charismatic and distinguished, Brolin has significantly stepped back from Hollywood in recent years. He rarely takes on major film projects, opting instead to spend more time enjoying life with his wife and family. While he occasionally appears in films or television, his presence on screen has undeniably diminished. This shift has left many fans nostalgic, as they long to see the Hollywood gentleman return to the roles that once defined his career. Even with fewer public appearances, Brolin still impresses every time he steps out. At 84, he remains fit, exuding confidence and sophistication, proof that true charm doesn't fade with age. Not everyone can maintain such a commanding presence after decades in an intense industry. Perhaps his secret lies in the balance he has struck between work and personal life, a feat that many in Hollywood struggle to achieve. Do you remember James Brolin in his iconic roles? Do you still see him as the quintessential Hollywood gentleman? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Ann-Margret, the rock goddess, and her journey through life's darkest shadows. Ann-Margret, a name that once dominated both the rock music stage and the silver screen, an icon of beauty and talent that captivated generations. With her fiery red hair, mesmerizing voice, and electrifying performances, she was hailed as the rock goddess of the 1960s. Her career extended beyond music, shining brightly in Hollywood alongside legends like Elvis Presley. Yet behind the glamour, her life was marked by silent struggles, battles with depression, and tragedies that could have broken her forever. Stepping into Hollywood with a striking presence and undeniable talent, Anne-Margaret quickly became a sought-after star. She made waves in films like Bye Bye Birdie, Viva Las Vegas, and Carnal Knowledge, where her bold performances even earned her an Oscar nomination. Beyond acting, she enchanted the world with her soulful rock and roll vocals, cementing herself as one of the era's most celebrated artists. But just as her career soared, a life-altering incident changed everything. In 1972, Anne-Margaret suffered a horrific accident when she fell 20 feet off a stage during a performance in Lake Tahoe. The fall shattered her face, breaking her cheekbones and destroying her teeth. She endured numerous surgeries to reconstruct her features, but the emotional toll was even more devastating. Overwhelmed by pain and self-doubt, she spiraled into deep depression. She later admitted that there were moments when she lost faith in herself and her future. But instead of letting tragedy define her, Anne-Margaret chose to fight back, emerging stronger than ever. Defying all odds, she made an incredible comeback, proving she was far from being a forgotten star. She continued to shine in both music and film, winning prestigious awards like the Golden Globe and Emmy. Her resilience in the face of adversity became an inspiration for generations, especially young artists struggling to carve their paths in the unforgiving entertainment industry. Now, at 82, Anne-Margaret still exudes the same charm and energy that made her a legend. She remains active in the arts, making appearances and connecting with her devoted fans. To her, age is not a limitation, but an opportunity to embrace new experiences. Her decades-long career is not just a tale of fame, but a testament to perseverance, faith, and the power to rise above life's hardships. Do you remember? We want to extend our deepest gratitude to all of you, our incredible viewers, for joining us on this journey. Your support, love, and enthusiasm inspire us to continue creating meaningful content that honors legendary icons and their lasting legacies. Thank you for taking the time to watch, share, and explore these inspiring stories with us. Every view, like, and comment is a huge motivation that drives us to keep growing and improving. Stay with us as we continue our Then and Now 2025 journey. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on the exciting stories ahead. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy every moment.